Hello people, my friends. It's time for another animal spirit guide. I hope you can hear me clearly because just literally the rain has started coming down. It's such a beautiful cleansing thing because I just drove up the street on my way home from my hairdresser. Shout out to Karen. And there was this big amazing rainbow right at the end of my street, so it must have been the prelude to this little downpour. And funnily enough, it's still bright blue skies out that window, and so it is. So I've done a draw of a spirit guide, and I have to admit I'm not that familiar with the deck that I can just pull a card in front of you and know what that means. And there's a little bit of reading to just get in touch with the message so that I can mollify it, for want of a better word. So bear with me while I do that. I'm going to draw some other cards out of other decks just to see, how that unfolds as well. So I'm just hoping the volume's coming across. So this is who we've drawn this week, and this is the antelope. And it does not surprise me. We've just stepped out of July into, actually today is the 1st of August, and we've come out of a space like they call it Cancer season, after the star sign, of course. And if your July was really emotionally challenging and old patterns were coming up to be pushed out and grown through, then you've done July perfectly. And so now we step into Leo season, and Leo season is about action. And that, my friends, is this fellow here, the antelope. He's all about action. He's all about speed. So if you haven't already, you're about to feel like the pace around you, the pace of the world, the life, the universe is about to pick up, and you along with it, whether you like it or not. So things are going to start happening, and this might be just one of those moments when you need to just get out of your own road and allow things to unfold. Don't hang on to old ways and the way things used to be, or out of habit, or hanging on to your comfort zone because you're not sure what's about to come in and you're not sure if you like it or not. Now's the time to just let go, take your hands off the wheel, because the antelope has got this. Such a beautiful thing. It really is a space of allowance now. And it would be interesting to know, I know for mine, there's been so many old templates and habits and ways of behaving and responding to things that have seemed to just burnt away, that now when something happens, you're almost anticipating your response of old, and it's not coming. It's not there. And even out of comfort, if you try to reach out and grab that way of responding, it's like there's nothing there to grab a hold of. And that's just perfect. Of course, that also brings some discomfort in where to next. We're almost in a space and a time of, who knows, it's completely different and completely new. So yeah, my tag on to the antelope is hang on. Take the initiative now and start the action. Start getting traction, start moving. Now is the time. Everything that you have done, that you've built up to, that you've learnt, that you've cottoned onto, is going to come together. And it's about time too. I'm just thinking about everything I've done. So I've got a new deck. It's very pretty, and this is the Wisdom of the Oracle. I'm just going to shuffle it in front of you. I'm going to draw a card, and I'm not familiar with this deck either, but I'm always curious to see when I pull cards how they will expand on the message that's been given, how they will value add, maybe add some extra advice, or even just validate and reinforce what we've already talked about. It's a really nice deck to work with. It's easy to shuffle. It's got really pretty pictures. Don't tell anybody I said the word pretty. And after all the shuffling, just pulling a random card. Let's see what comes out. And from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we get come to the edge. I read this one, believe it or not, yesterday, and I'm actually going to read some of it out to you because I think it's actually quite remarkable. It's number 36. I really do love this deck. This is about courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear and accepting risk, if you hadn't have just seen it with your own eyes. It says, if ever there was a time for you to take a leap of faith into the unknown, it is now. This is the perfect moment to take a big risk. The unknown is the only choice now, and if you come to the edge, you will discover treasure beyond your wildest dreams. Allow your courage to lead you in spite of your fears. You don't need to know the exact form of what you're going for. The essence is much more powerful, and Spirit has a way of delivering an even better version of prosperity than you could imagine. Take that step, the results will be amazing. And that just is it. Don't, I don't like using the word don't, so don't use don't, Molly. It's not up to us to do the job of the universe. It's not up to us to dictate how what's coming in will look. So we release the need to know. You can't possibly imagine what's coming. You can't put conditions on it, and you can't build expectations around it. All you do is block it. Allow it to come in the most amazing form that the universe can provide. Oh, I'm very happy with myself. Actually, I'm happy with my cards. And so I'm going to draw 3 more. Just making sure the deck's not upside down. It's terrible when you get all these cards in reverse and you realise the whole time the deck's been upside down in your hand. I've never done that. I just want 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what story comes with the antelope and the edge. This is definitely the time, my friends. What say you? 6 of Cups. The King of Swords. Boy, has he been popping a lot lately. The Sun. Leo season. The Sun. He is Leo season, and this is all about joy and the inner child. If you can see the child on there, this is about thriving. It's about joy. And children proceed with such innocence, and so there's no expectation of kids. They just love to be delighted by what comes, and that's us. And this is the season where the sun is in its home sign of Leo, so couldn't be more perfect. The King of Swords, which is air. And swords and air are communication and the mind. And he's the master of the mind. So there's no part of the king that gets trapped in thoughts and overthinking things and, bad communication. He is all about integrity and good communication and being, holding a healthy balance between his heart and his mind. So really good time for that. Interestingly, that this should pop. This is the 6 of Cups. So if you're expecting to hear from someone from the past, a past relationship, someone you cared about, a family reunion, something linked to nostalgia, it's coming. Something from the past is about to come back. Whether that's to see if you've learnt the lesson, see if you've grown, or what you're wishing to fill that space has already existed, then here it is. So my friends, from the antelope, from the wisdom of the oracle, and from my own personal deck, thank you very much for listening. Ciao.